talking about the injustice of the world.
And we will also be talking about the coronavirus pandemic.
Murphy Brothers. How is everybody doing today?
Good. And Mario, I said super.
Good. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of things that have taken place so far in 2020. A lot of...
What about 2019?
No, not 2019, sir. We're talking about 2020. Thank you.
Can we talk about...
So the first thing we're going to talk about, as you see behind you, we have the coronavirus. Okay. So we know that Fulton County schools closed March 16th, right, due to coronavirus.
Wait, what about my question?
So, Ashton, Fulton County schools closed March 16th due to coronavirus. How did you feel about that? When the school first closed, or like, how did you feel about the coronavirus and COVID-19? Like, what did you think it was?
I don't know, but I was watching TV. Well, I mean, I don't know how to feel about it.
You don't know how to feel about it? What did you know about the COVID-19? What did you know about it? Jalen, tell us what you knew about COVID-19 coronavirus.
So while in school, everybody was talking about COVID-19, and then because we knew that was like it happened, so everyone was just talking about it. But we didn't know when the day that we had to go back, we went home, because I thought that we just like when we went back home, we'd be in a couple, like in 2 months, we'd just go back to school.
Right.
But then we didn't come back to school in 2 months. It's still going on.
The way I felt about it was it's just, where did it come from? Why did it happen? Those were my only questions.
I mean, when you knew that people were dying from it, and when you found out or saw that it was all over the world, how did you feel about that?
I felt scared for the people who have the coronavirus, because that might be their last day.
Right.
Or they could live another day or die the other one. It's just so sad. Some people have died from coronavirus.
Right.
And sad, because a lot of people now are still protesting, why do we have to stay in our homes?
Yeah, but don't you think it's for the betterment? I mean, don't you think it's for like your own protection and safety, knowing that there's a child who died from, you know, COVID-19, and there are other children who have this some sort of inflammatory virus. Like, it's scary for me as a parent, because I don't want to take any chances with you guys, thinking that, you know, taking you out one time in public around others could be
dangerous.
Yes, very dangerous and unsafe. But so, how do you feel about mom being your teacher while you guys were out?
Well,
I love it.
It was like a pretty hard time, because we had to work for hours on top of hours, and we just kept doing the same thing.
Yeah, kind of boring.
I liked it.
It was boring for you, Ashton?
I liked it. A nice change of pace.
It was a nice change of pace. As a parent, it was hard for me. It's like, oh my goodness.
That's what the teachers go through all day.
Yes, but I applaud the teachers for all that they do and for having such patience with a more serious topic. Behind you, you see George Floyd, who was killed on 25th of this year, and his very last words were, "I can't breathe." And there are also pictures of several young black men, older, middle-aged black men,
And young.
and women, and children that have been killed at the hands of police officers.
1999.
Now, let's not say or put it in a negative light that all police officers are bad people, because that's not true. But there are those who abuse their power, okay? Who go a bit overboard with it, okay? And I would think that those are the ones that are responsible for all these faces that you see that have lost their lives. Somebody's husband, somebody's brother, somebody's son, somebody's uncle, somebody's father,
Who are those people?
somebody's mother, somebody's aunt, somebody's sister,
One of our
somebody's
cousins.
daughter, somebody's cousin, okay? These are the people that have lost their lives. And that's why, as a parent, it is my fear, because you are black men, that one day something like this could happen. And trust me, it's a lot of mothers out there, okay? Black, brown mothers, even white mothers who have, black children that fear this. So let me ask you, I didn't let you guys see the video about George Floyd, because to me it was too graphic and too difficult for children to handle. But you guys knew about that he was killed by a police officer that pretty much suffocated him with his knee on his neck. Okay, so how did you guys feel when I told you guys about this?
It was like something scary that happened. And because this has been happening for years and years.
And since
So it just happened
1999.
again. Yeah.
Well, honestly, this has been happening since slavery, since our ancestors were brought over here as slaves.
And since
Lynchings and
since
killings.
1999.
Also,
Right, they're ones who did die then, but it's been happening since then. Go ahead, Jalen. I'm sorry.
I'm also afraid that if these things might happen to you or dad, it's just like I don't want to imagine that ever happening.
That's true. Because when I was pregnant with Ashton, this officer was trying to detain me at my job because he didn't like the way I talked to him. And I was a pregnant black woman, and he said I was speeding in the parking lot, but he was walking. He didn't have a speedometer, couldn't clock me, and then he tried to get me to go to my vehicle. So he was trying to put a charge on me if I had taken him to my vehicle. So in that instance, thankfully people came out that I worked with, and they kind of talked, it was a black female officer that said that maybe there's a misunderstanding, and other officers came out, because I used to work at the courthouse, and they kind of calmed him down. But I understood that day how innocent black men are arrested. Because he would have, had he wanted to push it, and he told me, you disrespected me in front of others who probably want to be police officers. He was talking about the security guards at the door. But my thing is, you don't control the narrative in my world, and he didn't like that. And later on, he was caught on TV harassing 2 Hispanic women, and he broke their phone, and they were able to go back and get the phone, the pieces of the phone, and get the video off of that, and he was terminated. So, Devin, when you saw, sorry to get off topic, but when you saw and you heard about George Floyd and how the police officer killed him, how did you feel about
What
that?
about my response?
I felt angry. A lot.
Tell me why you were angry.
Because it's been happening
Since,
a lot
Since
lately.
19.
Yeah, you're right, because
1990.
right before that, there was a young man who was killed right here in Georgia. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. I know his name is Ahmaud. I cannot remember his last name. And he was jogging.
Right here?
Is it Ahmaud Aubrey? But he was jogging, minding his own business, and there were 2 men, white men, who thought he was some sort of a burglar who was previously in the neighborhood, and they proceeded to chase him and gun him down. He was an innocent black man. Innocent.
Wait, it's been happening since 1990. An innocent.
Okay, that's what you're reading back there. That particular young man lost his life, Ashton, there. So, how does it feel to be a black boy in America where you know that there are a lot of injustices that have happened, you know, since our ancestors were brought over here? How do you feel knowing that, of course, this is a land that was stolen from Native Americans? We know that our ancestors were brought over here, you know, as slaves to build up this country, which was a billion-dollar business. And it was difficulty. There's a lot of history behind, you know, us, our ancestors gaining their freedom. It was very difficult. So, being a young black man and knowing your history of your ancestors, how do you feel?
Angry.
It's like it's like a world that you live in. You have to be afraid of and cautious of.
Right. So do you feel like the slavery that existed back then, do you feel like there's a form of slavery today?
Yeah.
Yes.
What type of slavery you feel like there is today?
Black men in prisons, they are treated unfairly.
Racism.
What type of racism? Have you experienced racism before?
No.
No.
Have any of you experienced racism before, or any type of prejudice before?
But I do know about it. And because one day I was playing, because one day I was playing Roblox,
Mm-hmm.
and a girl, I was just minding my own business, and a girl just called me a name.
What name did she call you?
She called me a dirty black rat.
Oh, that's not nice.
And then a lot of people came up to her and just started insulting her. And then we reported her for doing that.
Oh, good. That's a good thing. There is all types of, like Devin was saying, all types of slavery today.
I think I have.
Prison system, you know, even with you can say the hierarchy in which you're based on your salaries or income. There's the white man up top, of course, and then I think it's the white woman, and then the black man, and then the black woman. I don't think it's white man, black man. I think it's white man, white woman.
And Mexicans get treated worse than us.
Yeah, brown people. A lot of brown people get treated poorly. They really do. But as far as your salaries, you got to struggle for that, because you can have the same degree as a counterpart who's Caucasian,
Yep.
and you would make less money. You know, there have been instances where there have been crimes. A black man committed this crime, a white man committed this crime. Who you think get the worst punishment?
The black man.
Of course. So you think the system is set up to support the black man
No.
and to build up the black man?
No.
No, it's not. So there are, like you said, the prison systems, just everyday life, you know, difficulty that black men have to face. And that's why I try to tell you guys to speak positively to each other. I often quote a scripture that says what? The mouth is for what?
Building up,
Not
tearing down.
And I don't want you guys to tear each other down, because the real world is already going to do that. So even though we know that there's a lot of injustices in this world, and there are a lot of people who are racist and prejudiced
Trump.
in this world, and are cruel, you know, throughout history. But let's specifically talk about white people. There are also good white people, okay? I don't want to put some negative idea in your head that all white people are bad, because that's not true. You got white people in your family, okay? So that is not true. There have been white people who have helped slaves, hide slaves, okay, in their homes, that help, you know, them travel up north. Today you see white people out there protesting amongst our people, okay?
I got
So-
white friends.
And right, you have friends that stand with you and for you.
I have a white friend too.
Very good, and they will stand with you. I have seen posts from white children who have been disowned by their families because of telling the truth about the injustices and what, black people have to go through. So, for those who are taught hate, for white people who are taught hate, for anybody who's taught hate and who are prejudiced based on somebody's race or their ethnicity, what would you tell them if they're taught hate? What would you say to them?
I would say to them, what your parents did is wrong. That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I would ask them, why would your parents teach you this? This is a world where people are just gonna keep building you down no matter what.
Right.
That's why we should all stick together.
And build each other up.
Yeah, and I think it's good to teach people that are prejudiced who you are as a person. That all black people are not bad. I don't know what people think of us at home, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But I know that people, I have friends that are various nationalities, okay? And they think that you are the most adorable children, okay? They don't look at you and just see black men. They see your handsome faces, they see your handsome smiles, and know that you have good hearts.
Of course they do.
What about our friends?
And your friends too. Children don't see color. They're taught that. Okay?
I wonder if our friends are safe.
Your friends probably feel the same way. If you're truly their friend, they probably feel the same way. Now moving forward.
I have a friend named Kobe.
You do?
Yeah.
And hopefully Kobe is on your side and believing that your life matters. And I'm not saying along with the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm not saying that it's just black lives that matter. Okay? That's not what we're saying.
Asian.
But we're saying that black people have endured so much turmoil and hatred, okay, and negativity and persecution, that right now is our time to fight against all these things. And that's why we're saying right now, Black Lives Matter. Because our lives, our sons, our husbands, our fathers, your future children, their lives have value. And that's why we're saying Black Lives Matter. Because your life has a value. You are not worthless beings. Okay? So now moving forward, what can each of you do? What can you do to make a difference in this world?
We can go on different websites posting stuff how Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm. And what else?
Protesting.
I have something. Watch My Little Pony.
I'm sorry?
Watch My Little Pony.
And what does My Little Pony teach?
Friendship.
Very good. So that's because you know what? They're right, because they're different colors. So you're right. Not really, Devin, because it's from a child's perspective, it's different colors, knowing that all colors are important. So we have made our own little video protesting in our own little way, saying that you deserve better. So when you say you deserve better what? Like what?
Education.
Right. Everybody should have this equal amount of money. Like we shouldn't be all level. Like we should just be all the same.
Only if someone works harder than us.
Yeah. Like if somebody's being lazy and somebody's working really hard,
Mm-hmm.
and then the person that's working lazy gets lesser money.
Right.
That's
So-
how it should be.
You're right. We all do deserve equality, which is not happening right now.
Some black men and women work so hard, and some white men that are very lazy get paid even more than them, and that's not fair.
You're right. It's not. But let's not get it twisted though. Okay. In every race, there's good people, bad
That's right.
people. In every race. Okay.
Some
Every race.
You know Spanish?
Yes, there's good people, bad people,
What?
hardworking people, lazy people in every single race.
Are you questioning the standard or
No,
not?
I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm
So,
thinking about
is there
why
anything?
there's so many friends.
Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? How do you guys feel about going to the store? I'm going back to COVID-19 because I didn't ask you guys that. How do you feel about going to the store? Because as we see, you haven't been to the barbershop. You haven't been to the barbershop. So how do you feel about going out in public?
I don't want to.
No, I don't want to.
I read
It's just
play
like
games.
it's like taking a risk. Just like waste your life for getting something so simple.
Like some, like they're still protesting. We can't stay in our houses because my kid wants to go outside. Why would you do that?
I mean, I think it's okay to go outside and to be amongst other people.
Exactly.
You gotta have a mask on. You need that.
And some people don't even walk with a mask
and
on.
some people are still partying and doing all that stuff. It's not. You can see their faces. It's just called. You can go on a website called Zoom, but they're just still doing they're still having parties, barbecues, and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
Even
I don't think there should be any kids parties right now with COVID-19. We know that we've had 2 family members that have had COVID-19. I was very much so afraid, that something would happen. Thank God they got through it, And I mean, I understand you guys. I understand your fear that you have, but we still have to continue to live.
And watch Bible.
Well, so is there anything else you guys would like to say? Because I really appreciate you guys
Can I talk
taking
about?
the time out to discuss matters that are important right now. Okay?
I have something to say. If you have that anger for any of these people behind us, use that for protesting, not violence, not looting, not breaking into places. Use that for protesting. That's all I have to say.
Thank you for that, Dylan. Anybody else have anything to say?
I just have one thing to say, that racism should end. We should stop being racist to each other, because no matter what, we'll just still be a person. We are people.
Yeah.
We're just different skin color. That's it.
Amen.
Amen. I have something to say too. All of us are the same, and racism should finally end.
You're right, it should.
Because the speech, it did end, but then it came back.
Well, we got more rights. It's about Martin Luther King.
Hey,
We did get some rights, but we didn't get all the freedoms. It was a fight. It's a fight that still continues on today.
it's like good versus evil.
It's like what?
It's like good versus evil.
It is.
That battle. Yeah.
But I'm saying, no, it's still constant. Like he says, today, we're, against the system. It's like, the system is like evil. And the black man is like the good. We're black people.
I was talking about the
No, not black people. People in general.
Yes.
I think
Yes, sir.
Ninjago has things from the Bible.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Like cartoons and stuff like that implements things that are happening now. Like you would see maybe some things are like with different colors, and maybe somebody like My Little Pony teaching that all colors are okay. Like things like that, like subtle things like that for children, so that they could understand.
What about Ninjago?
I really didn't watch Ninjago too much, but I just want to end by saying, that with COVID-19, that we all need to be, careful. We all need to be careful. We all need to take necessary precaution and protect ourselves and protect our children. And that as far as our fight as a people, that we need to keep fighting to make sure, that we get our rights. We're continuing to do so. That if people can go out and protest, to protest peacefully, like Devin said, and just, go all the way with this. I know there is going to be a march in August. I wish I could be there. I wish I could take my sons with me. But at this time, I don't think we're going to be able to do it, So, I really want to thank you guys, you know, Devin, Ashton, Jalen, for having this discussion so that people can understand how kids feel about it. Okay? So thank you so much. All right?
You're welcome.
In that amount.